Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing, Rory?
Doing well.
Good. Let me turn that music down a bit. Our mics are hot so people can hear you. So if you want to curse me out, be careful. Hey, Ancient Gamer, Kiagia, Roger, yeah, Patrick, thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much. All our friends, like we're just so thankful. And it's going to be a different show tonight. So let me get the just you and me, so I can get all this stuff set up and make sure our views look good. Oh, thank you for the host, Jay. All right. So, Rory, how's your son doing?
Doing well. Their team won.
Nice.
There's like a quarter of the field covered in snow. So that was a fun game for them. But yeah, they won 16-8. He's doing well all around. Just hosted his first session the other day.
No, I saw that. So he DM'd, and remind me, like, so he's playing what position in the game?
DM.
No, I'm sorry. The sports.
Wide receiver. I was like,
That's awesome.
Never heard of it like that, but yeah, wide receiver.
Wide receiver, okay. And did he catch anything?
I don't think he was on the field too much this game.
Okay.
Usually he plays a decent amount. He plays both some position safety on defense and wide receiver.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Roger. We appreciate the host. I'm trying to get the cams worked out here. So just give us a second. We'll be live here shortly. So while we're waiting, tell us a little bit about the game. Torture Cam, yes, Dirty Davey, hey! Good to see you, DM 22 1532 888 Aculus 1030. Of course, always D&D player 888 Crimson Ale. All these good folks, thank you so much for being with us. Oh, Lord Forth, you know you got some good stuff coming too, my friend. Right, and hang on here. We're getting close. And that looks good. All right, so Rory,
Yes.
you have been so good as Gimbal. I'm sorry, did that sound fatalistic? I didn't mean it that way. But you have been so good as Gimbal. And then, I've been a bit, sort of nebulous with our comments about what's going to happen tonight. How are you feeling about the session tonight? And are you angry at me? I know you've had some other. Thank you, Mystical Unicorn Painting.
No. I don't think I'm angry. We'll see after tonight. But.
Yeah, is that said in a way like you're trying to survive, or?
Yeah, I think it's been well played. I like it.
Well, you've been a good sport. You got a PC that's died. It's your first introduction to anything other than 5e, and your PC died, and then now has been captured and tortured, and bits and pieces of him. Like our last session, you saw the title, right?
Yeah, I saw it, and then I looked for it, and I couldn't find it again.
So the last session was Bits of Friendship.
That's right.
Yeah, which is kind of a reference to bits coming from Gimbal. All right, so we're going to kick off our previews, and this will be a short session tonight. So everyone's on. It won't take long, one way or another. It won't take long. So be about 30 minutes or so, and I'm going to kick off our sponsors and recognize them really quickly. And then I've got a special song, which I'm sure will get muted when I post it to YouTube, but it's important for tonight. So, first of all, our amazing original sponsor, Dragon Crafting Guild. And he's got such cool stuff. If you've not seen them, you have to support him. He has the coolest dice trays. And that's not kicking off. Okay, how about this one? All right, so none of the videos are kicking off. Let me kill this. Let me try again. Hang on. There we go. We'll start off with Anna's map. This is Greyhawk Awakening. Of course, our amazing original creator of all these great maps, Anna B. Meyer. Yes, the eye trays are cool, Iculus. We will have a giveaway tonight, but I can't tell you what it is yet. It's a one-of-a-kind, never before, never again. Very special giveaway tonight. We'll see, Rory. So the music, thank you for the question, Hobby Nut. Actually, I contracted somebody, not too expensive, it was like a $5 guy, and he created this music for us. So this is Blue Box licensed and approved. Gimbal's other ear. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Christoph. Thank you, Josh. All of the purveyors of all the great stuff with Greyhawk. You all have a part in this stream. There is Ulek, the free city of Altamira, all of the areas that are so central to Jay's campaign. I'm so sorry, Mystical Unicorn. I'm gonna give some warnings here in a second. Again, it's not a long session, but it's going to be a little different than our normal BlueBox session. It's actually going to be a lot different. And then, of course, Hamlet, the Cron Hills, Verbabank, the origins of the Wayward Bolt. This is where they've all been. Popcorn is good, Roger. You might need some vodka or Valium as well, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then our sponsors, two we call out every week. Of course, Dragon Crafting Guild. Except not really, and Cozy Gamer, great, our newest sponsor. Thank you, Douglas112 for the follow. All right. And with all of that said, of course, we also thank our other sponsors, Mantic Games, Terrain Crate stuff coming, and we always are thankful to Atlas Minis, who gives us so many of our minis. And then the lady of the hour is up on the screen right now, Frederica Draws. If you saw the picture on Instagram or on our Discord of Gimbal and what Gimbal looks like tonight, that was from Frederica. So this is custom artwork specifically for this session to make this feel more real. And you ready, Rory?
Ready.
All right. So as we get started, first note is that Deflesh the Gnome music, yes. Thank you for being with us, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on with your family, and I know you've died as a player, not literally you, but as a PC, your PC's died, now your PC's been abducted, being tortured, bits of his body being sent to the party. You've been such a trooper. All the stuff you're putting on Discord, if you're not on our Discord, you should check it out. It's all good. Like, it really carries the story forward, and it makes Blue Box not just something that happens once or twice a week, but something that happens all week long. But Rory, before we get to the session tonight, I want to give a warning for everyone, and then I want to ask you a question. So we'll go, let me flip that over. How are you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a general question, but yeah, I'm doing good. Personal life, my family's doing good. And D&D wise, I mean, I'm a little nervous. I kind of maybe threw a few comments out to like Vivi and Josh, like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm excited because I haven't played for, what is it, like a month?
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. And then, so there's a lot of excitement, and then there's like, how is this gonna go? It's not even like I can predict. Oh, I'm saying like too much. It's not even as if I can say, well, I have an idea of what's gonna happen. I have really a very, very, very vague idea of what tonight carries. So
do you? All right.
Kind of
well, I'm glad you do, because I don't. I really don't. I've got so many different ideas and options, and
well,
it's gonna
like the description you gave me of the room.
Yeah, I did. I gave you that. Like, you know where you are. And this is the song that's going to get this all banned from YouTube, but I don't care. We're just going to have a good time tonight. We've got just a very short session and a very telling song. Awkward pause, intentional. You know this song, Rory?
Sounds so familiar.
Okay, we're going to give you a second. I did. I played the better version. You don't know this song? James Bond?
That's probably where I recognize it from, but I didn't watch a lot of James Bond.
So the song is Live and Let Die. And we shall see what happens. All right, enough copyright stuff that's going to get our stuff kicked off of YouTube. So on the stream, you're seeing all of the other player characters' screens are blanked out. It's just going to be Gimbal and I tonight. And Gimbal, this is going to be pure theater of mind. I'll have some music and stuff, but there's going to be no mini play. And I want you to be ready. So you ready?
Ready.
All right, disclaimer. A little bit darker session tonight. Yeah, I think everybody knows the themes could include torture and maybe other things. Not like, I'm not horrible, and it's not going to be super, super graphic, but you might not want your 8-year-old listening. So give a disclaimer here. We're going to follow. We're not going to get ourselves banned on Twitch, but we're going to have a bit of a darker session here because it's darker thematically. And we're going to begin with, you saw this. If you were on our stream, if you watch our Instagram, on our Discord, that is Gimbal. Gimbal, blood streams out of your nose. Your right ear has been severed. Blood pools around your shoulder. Gosh, the puns are already off the hook. Blood pools around your shoulder. Your pinky on your left hand has also been severed. You've been here now for 4 days. You are stretched out on a rack, as everyone can see here on the screen. One foot still has a shoe, the other foot unshod, toes poking out. Your limbs stretched, blood streams. One of your eyes swollen shut. You've been stricken, you've been poked, you've been beaten, you've been taunted, you've been cut, you've been severed, you have been sliced in every way possible. Your body is more even a mask of blood than what you see on this picture. You've been asked questions you could not answer, questions that you knew were purposefully asked as though there could be no answer, but just for the joy of torture. Hallia, beautiful, horrible, porcelain face, cast in a macabre sneer, walks in with her elegance. Again, as you've seen her several times before. As brave as you are, you struggle to stifle a shudder as she walks in with the silver chains around her neck. The shields referenced earlier adorn the walls around this dark chamber. Stone walls all around you. As you've barely been able to lift your head, you've seen bits and pieces of bodies. The stench in the room is of decay, of rotting flesh. As she walks in, her pace is steady, slow, tap, tap, tap of her feet. And you see this visage, which is so beautiful. The juxtaposition with the horror that she has done to you. Every time you see her, it's jolting. Hello, Gimbal. How are you, my friend? And she slaps your face.
He'll just, with the eye still swollen, just... and just try to look at her, but obviously in severe pain.
Okay, I know it hurts, but I promise you it doesn't hurt as much as it's going to. Do you have more to tell me, little gnome?
She reaches over, she grabs the stub of your right ear where blood seeps out, and she twists the nub that stays there. Pain streaks through your chest, your head. You feel incredible, it's hard for you to even imagine how hard the pain is. And she says,
you have more to tell me, don't you?
Why?
Why? You know why? You know why? You foolish little gnome!
She slaps you 3 times, buffeting your head back and forth. As soon as you turn your head back around, she punches you right in the eye. Your head rocks back. Oh, by the way, giveaway tonight. Gimbal's ear is our giveaway. Stay tuned, short session. She does that, punches you in the eye. You feel your eyes swell, further blood streams from your ears.
My eye. Is that all you want? His eyes?
You know what I want, Gimbal. She takes a needle out. Tell me what I need to do to get the eye back from your friends. I've heard a nasty rumor. You probably have heard it too, Gimbal. She drives the needle into your right ear where it's been severed.
He'll try to hold his composure and just... this isn't gonna get it for you.
She pulls the needle out. You hear numbness. Your right ear, now not just severed, no sound. And blood streams out from your body. Your eye is swelling shut from her punch.
You're not listening, Gimbal. I'm not playing games with you. You have a choice. Give me what I need, or I do not need you.
Right, but what you do need is a reason for them to give it to you. And if I'm no longer a benefit to them, there's no more reason. But a whimpering, pathetic gnome found lonely on the ground gives hope and reason for them to give it.
She leans back. She reaches into her black robes and she pulls out a pair of pincers. They are about 2 feet long.
Plus, Hallia, there's always other trinkets you might find useful.
She holds the pincers for a moment.
What do you mean, gnome? Trinkets? Do I look like one who trifles with trinkets? Speak quickly, or face the next challenge.
Well, there's a little something I know about, and they don't. Some medallion that I found that they don't know about.
She leans back. The pincers kind of drop a bit.
Speak, gnome. What do you know?
Well, it was on a chain, and it had a... Trying to remember the medallion that he found in the chest that he did the Arcana check on. And I personally don't quite remember what it looks like. Can he attempt to remember?
Yes, you do. You recount it. And she cackles.
And
You seek my pardon with what is of my own. No, your petty efforts, gnome. You don't seem to understand the gravity of your situation.
And she leans forward. The pincers move towards your mouth.
You're right, Hallia. I mean, who can compare to the intellect you carry?
As you say that, while you speak, her pincers snap out and grab your tongue. You try to finish the words, you can't. You are captured by these pincers. You let out a guttural cry. As you scream, she cinches them down further. You feel your tongue squeeze, blood pours in your mouth. But then you see a figure in the doorway. As you're turning, trying to pull away, you can't pull away too hard for fear that you will lose your tongue. But You catch a glimpse from the corner of your eye. As you do, she does. The pincers release, and there's a figure in the doorway. Despite your strength, there is little you can do more than whimper. Blood pours from multiple wounds. She drops the pincers. They clatter to the floor. She turns.
Oh, it's you.
You see a figure at first that you don't recognize. As it steps through, you hear heavy mail, plate, a tall figure. As he steps through the doorway, you see it's Uthar. But not Uthar. He looks different. There is a darkness that surrounds him. Where once he had a gray beard, now it's black. Where once he looked middle-aged, he looks young. Where once he was a bit stooped, now he walks in tall. Where once his blue-gray eyes shined, now you see blackened pits. What do we have here, Hallia? We still torture children. She looks over at you. Gimbal, are you doing anything, saying anything? So both your arms and legs are wrapped in those same restraints I showed earlier. Let me bring those back up. You're in a dark cavern, a couple of torches, and Hallia, all in her robes and garb, and Uthar now, but not Uthar. Uthar like you've never seen him. You feel a sense of darkness that just roils off of his body. And they are not looking at you now, they're talking to each other.
The ropes around his limbs, are they taut? Are they very tight around him?
Yeah. So,
I imagine so.
Yeah, as you see in the picture, they are pulled tight. You're on a rack. So
yeah.
You've not had joints popped out yet. It's just the tension right there close. You can feel one more crank, and a shoulder will leave the socket. A hip will pull from a socket. An ankle will pop, but you're not there yet.
For the moment, he'll be thankful for the attention not being on him, and try to understand what he's seeing. With his arms so tight, his legs so tight, it's not even a chance of being able to wiggle. So just the fact he's not getting tortured for the moment is, and then the confusion with Uthar.
You take this brief respite. You look up and you see Uthar. He walks toward Hallia. You see Hallia stands tall. She walks toward Uthar. They no longer pay any attention to you. They get nose to nose. And Hallia slaps Uthar in the face. Uthar recoils. When he comes back, craning your head as best you can through one swollen eye, you see a little trickle of blood from Uthar's mouth. And Uthar, that's the way I like you. And he reaches out and he grabs Hallia. As he grabs her, you see the two of them begin to tussle. But with the oddest juxtaposition of your life, even having returned from the dead, nothing has prepared you for what you're seeing here. As they wrestle and fight, and she slaps and she bites, and he slaps and he grabs, and then they fall to the wall, and she lets out a guttural rage, and she pulls down his breeches. You are shocked as you hear the two of them intertwine, and begin in throes of passion against the wall as you bleed on this rack. And you hear the grunting, and Hallia's voice grows darker, gravelly, guttural. And Uthar clenches her. You see darkness surround them.
There's no... and he's stuck.
He's stuck. Yeah, he's stuck. You can talk. You can move your head. That's it. This continues on for several moments. There are demonic sounds coming from Hallia, not natural sounds of passion. As this happens, there is a shroud that starts to cover them. You're almost grateful for it because you can't see, but the eminence that you feel from it is so dark.
You got me baffled.
After several moments, the sounds stop. You hear a cry. The darkness dissipates, and she shoves Uthar away. Uthar staggers back, pulling up his breeches. He's been bitten. Part of his cheek hangs off. Blood trails from his neck. But as he looks at you, his eyes, no pupils, no iris, ebony, corner to corner. And he smiles at you. Don't you like strong women, gnome? And he walks out of the room. Hallia. Pulls her robes back around her. She walks over to you. She kicks the tongs that lay on the ground. It is no more time for half measures. You will tell me what I need to do to get the eye from your friends, or you do not lose an ear, or a finger, or an eye. You lose both. And she reaches in, she pulls out two long, they look like nails, but they're thick prongs of iron, and she holds them over your eyes. You hear Uthar's footsteps receding in the distance as he chuckles.
He'll... I've tried to tell you, Hallia. If you kill me, you will not get it. If you bargain me, you'll have a better chance. If you give me over, you'll have a better chance. Leave me bitter and watch them. You're far more intelligent than I am. But if I'm dead or of no use, all they'll do is hide it.
Oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to take you piece by piece by piece until they give me what I want. And perhaps those lovely eyes.
She puts both pieces of iron in her left hand, and she reaches out, she caresses your face, streaking blood down your cheek.
Such lovely eyes, Skimbo. You will miss them, won't you?
Are you wanting me to simply give it to you?
I don't actually know what I want. I just want to cause you pain. I'm just enjoying this. Perhaps you have nothing to give. Perhaps this is just... Oh, I am having a wondrous day.
She puts the spikes back in both hands. She lifts them towards your eyes. Roll D20 for me, please.
Can I use an advantage on this?
Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah, I've totally dated her. Sorry, I'm not interacting with the chat as much tonight. This is too heavy.
I got an 8.
8. Okay. She plunges down with both. You manage, because your head is not stayed, you turn. One misses you, hits the bottom of the rack. The other catches you in the back of the neck. You take 6 points of damage as it strikes through your neck. You're getting woozy. You know where you're at. We talked about this. You know how many hit points you have left. You're on the verge of unconsciousness. And you hear then,
What is this?
a melodic, sweet tone. The same doorway that Uthar came through. The same one he left and walked down the hallway now holds a dulcet tone, a sweet, sonorous voice.
Hallia, what are you doing?
You see Hallia jerks up. She drops the spikes.
I'm Mistress, I'm trying to secure the eye, the skull, to complete it.
She stops.
Can I see her?
You turn your head and you see a figure in the doorway. It's just a silhouette. It's a tall woman clad in robes. And you feel, if I described Uthar's aura, it was nothing compared to what you feel emanating from this woman. The woman that stands in the doorway, you sense beauty and horror. Darker, more demonic, more devilish, more evil than you have ever felt in your life. But she speaks so sweetly.
Hallia,
You see her hand wave in the doorway.
come here a moment.
Hallia looks over at you. She sneers.
I will be back, gnome. Yes, mistress.
And she bustles out the doorway. You hear their footsteps receding, and you hear a simpering from Hallia, a tone you've never heard from her before. She is clearly cowed beyond all measure. They walk down the hallway. You hear their footsteps recede. And you are by yourself.
So, am I correct in understanding that any spells not requiring materials that he had at the time, he would still have access to?
Yes, so if they require material or somatic, you're out of luck. If they're purely verbal, you can do them.
Oh, piss. I can't just twinkle my fingers.
You can't, no, you're so stretched, like you can't make the proper motion, so verbal only.
That takes that out. Man, I need my hands. Actually. Nope. He'll jostle around in this moment, trying. I mean, it hurts. Everything's hyperextended. Maybe there's something that's loose. Maybe if he tosses it a little bit, or the spells he has he can't utilize without his hands. So his hands are his priority.
You pull, you yank. You feel your joints just at the verge, so close to popping. And then something tickles your foot. You feel a nibble on your toe.
He'll feather his foot, and both one to see what in the world, after all the things that have touched me, who knows what this is. Is he also? Am I also hearing scratching sounds at the same time?
You did. You did. You were so distraught with your condition. It didn't register initially, but now you realize you heard a scrabbling up the side, and now something nibbles at your toe.
So with the waving of his toes, twitching of his foot, try to get a peek at it, and also, well, what does he see? Does he see anything?
You crane your neck, almost to popping out of joint. As you crane your neck to see what on earth, you do see a large rat, dark brown fur, looks like a small cat, has crawled up the side of the rack and is licking the blood off your toe. When your head cranes up, you see two beady black eyes, long, deep fangs, and it starts to crawl up your leg.
Speak with animals has a somatic component to it. So he'll
Oh gosh.
arms up. He'll make it quick or make it useful. So he'll just try to call it up and move his fingers as much as possible on both sides, trying to lure him to either hand.
All right. By the way, your audio sounds great. Your video is very stuttery. I don't know if everyone else is seeing that. It looks to me like we're smooth on stream, and don't worry about it because it's been that way the whole time. So I don't want you to stress about it. But if you know any setting you can change, great. You do this. You feel the DSX rodent. The mad chatters are on fire tonight. It scrabbles up. It gets right to your loins. As you make the sound, it looks up at you, and you feel it sniffing. It starts to pull at your loincloth.
He'll continue to make the noise, and then also just try to blow any scent of his breath down towards the rat, trying to lure it up. Still, again, trying to.
Oh my gosh. That's when you need those, my friend. I said, you can see it on the die. It's a nat 20 on one of your checks. The rat pulls away from the loincloth. Its head, it scrabbles up your chest. You feel its claws along your sternum. You see beady black eyes peering into yours, gleaming white fangs. And you feel not here, you feel an empathic word, friend, spoken with question into your mind.
With all the tension and pain that's in him, as much as possible, Gimbal will just relax. Even at the expense of it hurting his joints or straining his joint too far, he'll physically relax as much as possible and look into the eyes of this rat and then look up at his wrist and back down, but with a much more sorrowful, painful look in his eyes as he looks at the rat the second time.
As you do this, the rat leans forward. It licks the trickle of blood from your cheek. It pulls back. Now the sense of connection and sentience is stronger. And again, the word comes to your mind. Friend!
Shake his head, yes, and in his mind, just utter the same thing. Yes, friend, stuck. Help, please. Unknowing if he's actually...
Oh yeah, I know, I get it, yeah. The rat looks around. It scurries up and begins to gnaw at the rope on your left arm. In disbelief, you emotionally... I'm sorry, the chat, sorry. Emotionally, you're so put through the ringer. You have died and been brought back from the brink and then captured and tortured, all of your worldview, and now this rat gnawing as you've watched Uthar, your erstwhile companion, in this mangled sense of passion with Hallia, your bitter enemy. Your mind reels, you're dizzy. You have, I believe, 2 hit points remaining. And as the blood seeps from your body, you're barely able to maintain consciousness as you feel pop. Your left arm is freed from the rope. Every joint screams in your body. It's not relief, it's agony. You feel the rat scurry over the top of your face, go to your right arm. As you reel, you bring your left arm close, trying to clutch it, trying to wipe. It barely functions. In moments, snap, snap, snap. All 4 of your limbs are freed. The rat sits at the base of the rack and looks up. And you feel again in your mind, not a word, an empathic sense. Friend!
Gimbal will take his arms, his hands, as he's sitting there, and as much as possible from the strain, I mean, his arms are so hard to move, he will, pat or caress the top of the rat, and just, as he's seen Lilith do so many times with animals and other friends, he'll take his head and lean it down to the head of the rat, even though it could be dangerous, and just try to relay the same thing.
As you lean over, your core, your abdominals, they scream in pain. Your joints feel like jello, liquid. You try to reach out, your arms almost flop. The rat scurries down, off. You got 2 more advantages, Gimbal. Thank you, Ancient Gamer. The rat scurries down off the table, away from your touch. And you see it skitters toward the doorway that you just saw Hallia and this other figure leave. And it looks back at you, beady eyes glittering in the torchlight.
And using his infravision to be able to see the rat in. It's a fairly dim room, correct?
Yeah, very dim. Here, let me give you it's this dim. You see the rat, glittering black eyes. It scurries toward the door. Again, like you feel like there's a thread touching your mind, but it's ephemeral. You can't grasp it. It's trying to communicate something to you, but the only thing you've been able to sense is that word friend, and that's not what it's trying to communicate now. There's something else, but you can't understand it. Your body screams in pain. Even as you try to turn to look, you fall off the rack. Thunk! You hit the ground with a thud. Every joint, every bone, every knuckle, all of you screams in pain.
The rat has helped him this far, seemingly intentionally. Still, Gimbal wants to suffer his way towards the rat, hoping. I mean, nothing can be worse than this. So, going towards the rat, but wanting to take a look around, maybe just an extra second look to see if he sees any of his stuff.
You look around. Roll d20, please.
Also using advantage. Ten.
10?
Yeah.
You see a pile in the corner. Your items, all cast like chaff, like worthless trifles. They lie slumped in a corner. But you see the rat, it's prancing anxiously in the doorway.
How far from the doorway?
About 20 feet. So where you're at, so imagine like a 40 feet square. We're doing all theater of mind, right? So your belongings are in one corner. The rat is in a doorway. You're on a rack in the middle of the room. Or you're off the rack now.
So the doorway seems like it's straight in front of me?
Yes, the doorway is straight in front of you. The rat's right there. Your belongings are in a corner to the right.
So the doorway is about 20 feet in front of me.
Correct.
And from the doorway to the corner is about 20 feet.
Exactly.
My stuff. Gimbal is he wants to go as fast as he can towards his stuff, not caring for anything except hoping his stuff is there if they cared that little about it. His satchel, his vest, and his either of his canes, wands. The wand would be great, but his cane.
All right. I'm going to have you make a...
So it's just fairly large items.
Yes. So I'm going to have you make a dex check. Old school dex check. Roll under your dexterity. Not a reflex save, a dex check. So you want a low roll.
I can do that. I succeed at that. 6 and a 7.
You scurry over there. As you get closer, you feel an urgency. You manage to pull away. You find 6 of your items. You choose the 6. Now, if you want to stay longer, it'll be another round. So your choice. You can grab 6 in one round. If you want to stay further, you can stay further.
You know, you make fun of people on shows when they stress over simple stuff.
What do you do?
Oh, Chris, I'm gonna die.
Thank you for the sub, Steve. Good to see you back, Steve. Glad your power's back.
One more, and he's out.
One more round, okay. So you have 6 from the first one. You pull 4 more items. That could be a pouch with coins, whatever you want it to be. So you now have a total of 10 items from your inventory.
Okay,
As you do this, you crawl. You try to stand, your knees fail, you strike the cobblestones, your hands, blood seeps from your ear, you look down, you see your severed right pinky, or left pinky, you just see, and you hear footsteps coming down the hallway. The rat scurries and flees out the door. You're muted.
I grab my 10 items and I just. So in this room, is it just open? Like any good place to hide nearby me, or is it pretty open space?
It's pretty like, there's like bones and chains hanging from the wall. The best thing to hide behind is the rack that you were on.
Right. So there's no point staying where he's at. He doesn't want to go back to the rack because they're just going to look under there. So hopefully they're not in the hallway. And he's going to trust this rat. Hopefully he can move fast enough without his knees buckling.
He's going to trust this rat. So I love quotes that are so rarely heard. I'm going to trust this rat. All right, so roll D20 for me, please. Just give me your natural roll.
Okay. Also, rolling with advantage. So I'm going to roll with advantage all night unless you... So I got a 7 and a 1.
It's a good thing that was another dex check. You managed to pull yourself up as every joint cries out in pain. You stagger through the doorway. You see the rat scurrying to the left. Your head pivots, and you see a dim figure in the hallway to your right. Gimble! Are you out of your place? And you hear the footsteps hasten.
Is this where I pick something to do?
Yes. When I get quiet, that's your turn to say, like. So
I know,
the rat scurried down to the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the rat. Like
All
this whole
You hobble. You clench. You struggle. Oh, Gimbal, how precious. You hear this voice mocking you down the hallway. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going?
In Gimbal's mind, he's going to continue focusing on the thoughts that have pulled him through to this point. Those thoughts of those comrades, those companions, the ways, thinking of the strength of Grim, thinking of the intelligence of Millie, and the gentle innocence of
Lilith,
and that compass, that illuminating compass, that path of illumination in this dark place of knowing that there is justice, knowing there's something out there, his friends are worth following, his friends are worth being with, and using that as a strength, and trying to get back the strength in his hands, preparing for any necessary use of them, but just focusing on his friends to bring him forward towards the rat.
All right, so you've got plenty of advantages. I'm giving you one more as a DM. That was really good role play. As you hear the voice echoing down the hallway, you struggle. You pull yourself. Your limbs betray you. You feel your ankle give way. Blood streams from your body. You're lapsing out of consciousness. You're now down to 1 hit point. I know you were at 2. You're bleeding. You're down to 1 hit point. You struggle down the hallway. You see the rat fervently scrabbling, almost beckoning you. You hear the voice of Hallia stalking with a mocking tone. And we're going to stop there for tonight. All right. Follow the rat. The rat is your friend. Everybody, thank you so much. Like 50-something viewers. Sorry. Yes, 50-something viewers with just 2 people on the stream tonight. And look, Rory, I know this is hard, but you were a trooper. Some good rolls tonight, and more importantly, some great role play. I know it's awkward because it had to be. I don't like things being on rails, but guess what? When you're on a rack, you're on rails. There's not much you can do, right? So you're watching this play out because you can't do very much. But I thought what you could do, you did so well. So we'll be back next Tuesday with our regular stream, and we'll see what happened to Gimbal. We're giving away Gimbal's ear tonight. So this is our giveaway. This is a big thanks to Josh of NPC Voices. He sent this to me, and now I'm sending it to one of you. So someone gets Gimbal's ear tonight, and let me, you require more. Let me set this up. I'm sorry, chatters. I was all by my lonesome tonight, so I couldn't be as active on chat, but you guys were awesome. And so I'm going to get this set up real quick, and then please don't leave us, because not only we're going to do the giveaway, I'm going to raid into Fable 42, and then you're going to see me play. I'm playing on Fable 42 tonight, one shot on a 5e campaign, so you can watch DM John, DM Neuromancer, play a character, and it's not my paladin that you've seen me play before. It's something different, and I'll be on Fable 42 in just a minute. For the giveaway.
John, Proto wants to know if there's a stream MVP.
Oh, well, if you live... I'll let them vote for me or you, or the rat. All right, so, no, I'm just kidding. You
know the rat wins.
Yeah, I know the rat would win. That's all right, so your command is !ear, E-A-R. So you type !ear, and you are eligible for the Gimbal ear. And this will be autographed somewhere here, probably on the back side here by Blue Box. And you'll get some other stuff from Blue Box. It's a special giveaway. And I want to say thank you again to everybody. Darker themes tonight. I'm always hesitant. I don't like to do things which are overly dark, but guess what? We're playing D&D. We're not playing Teletubbies or Smurfs. So there are going to be dark themes, and we had some tonight. I tried to deal with them as respectfully as I could. Uthar, wow. What a great sighting from Uthar. Gimbal, hobbling down that hallway, following a rat. Hallia, stalking behind you with a mocking voice. Not rear, Bloodwild ear. We're going to give you another second. And Rory, you know, hold on, wait a minute. I'm not seeing any of this pop up here.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Something's going on with our Nightbot. Try again, please, everyone. It's not popping up in the Nightbot. Oh, I know. I got it. Okay, now try again, please. I think I fixed it. What is going on with my Nightbot?
Still not working?
I don't think so. I'm not seeing everybody's name pop up. All right, try one more time. Okay, I see ear. Okay, guess what? I'm going to assume it's working, and I'm going to roll it here in a second. And if nobody pops up, boom, ear. All right, so Rory, again, I know you've had some tough times with D&D lately too, and I'm empathetic to that. Are you okay with everything that happened tonight, or are you going to quit?
No, I'm good.
You don't sound good. You don't sound good.
I'd like to know he's gonna live. But, no, I'm good. It's me personally. It takes me 3 days to process any kind of heavy information. But no, I think it went well. I think it was fun. Yeah, I'm good with it.
You're not angry. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna roll it, and the winner is Redbeard. Redbeard, are you still with us? Give us a shout out, Redbeard. Yes, I think you are. The Nightbot did work. I don't know why it was acting like it wasn't. Yes, sir, Captain Redbeard. He is one of our very, very, very first followers here at Blue Box, and he is a great. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, all of our viewers. I'm going to raid Fable 42, Rory, Gimbal, Gimbal's Adventuring Academy. Anything else you'd like to tell us about your streams, your podcast, or anything else?
Not really. You can head over to Gimbal's Adventuring Academy Instagram. You'll catch different stuff there, from Skylar DMing to like the stuff I throw into the Discord, so you can catch it either place. But that's really about it.
All right, and so you're still playing. Skylar still plays next week, right? And so you're up.
That's his last game.
So you got 2 weeks before you're ready to rejoin, whether it's Gimbal, but you do have a backup character, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we shall see. And we're going to raid Fabled 42, assuming it pops up here, because it's not, I don't know. There we go. Got it. And stay tuned if you can. I'll be playing on Fable 42 in just a moment. Thank you, Blue Box. Thank you, Mad Chatters. Congratulations, Redbeard. Thank you, all the followers. Thank you, Rory. And I hope the kids weren't watching. All right, good night, everybody. Enjoy. Halloween stream, a special one tomorrow at 2:30 on Blue Box. I'll post it 2:30 Central tomorrow. Special Halloween stream, my family stream, which you've never seen. And there's a reason this is happening on Halloween. It's got darker elements. Well, it's my family, but it's dark. You'll see it tomorrow, 2:30 Central. Blue Box special stream for Halloween tomorrow, and then Lore Masters Arcanum will be back tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. All right, and I think the raid worked. Do you see the raid worked?
I'm still in the stream.
Hold on here.
But I do think I have a lag.
I think the raid worked. Oh, there we go. Now the raid. Sorry.